Jason, how's it?
Good day.
Good day, how are you all?
Yeah, good day.
Listen, we got some questions, bro, from people watching some of our episodes. So I'm going to read them out and we're going to try our best to answer them best we can. You keen?
Yeah, let's go.
Okay. If we don't have the answers, we're just going to ask ChatGPT. So question number 1. You ready? How ready are you?
Ever ready.
Okay, so I've been hearing a lot of things about AI in the marketing space. How is that changing things for e-commerce? And what should I do to keep up?
So a lot of stores are using AI bots. It cuts a lot of support time out of customer support. So for instance, bottom right-hand corner, you have a chatbot that is fully driven by artificial intelligence. It learns products and variants within the store. It understands your store. So basically, when you install like an AI type chatbot, it does a scan. It scans the entire store, its product suites, its product pages, its about us, and it keeps it in a repository. So basically, if you had to go and ask a question to the chatbot and say, where are you located? Or I'm looking for a product that is similar to X, Y, and Z, it will recommend based on your product suite in your store. Another thing that is also kind of built into Shopify at the moment now, or into a lot of e-commerce platforms, is product descriptions, which are generated by AI, and it's a function in Shopify today. Sorry. You'll edit that out.
He just needs a sushi salad.
Yeah, so it will auto-generate product descriptions for... Stop laughing and then you can't.
I wasn't laughing. Cool, go for it.
It will auto...
What will what?
You go. It will auto-generate product descriptions.
Maybe just start with product descriptions again.
So another thing that is also really, really great...
Well, give me the opportunity to say that. You shut up and then I'll talk about product descriptions.
No, I was halfway through it.
No, but you were coughing.
Oh.
Should I go? Let me do product descriptions. You can keep quiet and I'll let it
go. So just hang on. We were talking about the chatbot.
Yes.
And then on top of it, with regards to the chatbot, is that you can incorporate that into your support ecosystem, Freshdesk and Facebook. And that just does your first line of support, or field at least the first line of support.
Yeah, at least there's an immediate type of response.
Correct.
People don't have to wait too long to get that first response. I think Shopify also has a built-in software now that allows you to write product descriptions and stuff. Like everybody uses ChatGPT. Now you don't have to anymore, which is pretty cool. I think it's the problem with that is that your product description sounds like everybody else's because everybody is starting to do that.
Yeah.
So I think the question you should be asking yourself is, if I'm going to be using a feature like that, how can I add my own personality to it, or brand voice and tone to it, or how can you leverage the prompt to at least make you stand out in some way? Because I think a lot of stores are going to start sounding the exact same.
Yeah. It's almost humanifying the GPT, right?
Yeah.
I've also noticed that in the product descriptions, it doesn't give you like paragraphs and paragraphs. It will give you one paragraph and that's that. So it doesn't really go into detail. So it's always best to get like, the gist of the product description and go and take it and refine it even further and add on to it. But it really, for like a quick win when you are doing a few hundred products on the store, to automate the product description process, it's a big help.
I mean, there's also imagery and photography from an AI point of view.
Absolutely.
We've actually used that for one of our ventures that we haven't disclosed to public yet.
Absolutely. Yes, we have. Listen, you have to be really, really good in getting that. You have to be proper to get the DALL-E kind of service to spit out exactly what you wanted in the same consistencies as all your other products.
I mean, prompting is actually becoming a skill.
Yeah.
Like, I believe that there will be a chief prompting officer in
In
companies,
Yeah,
in the next 5 to 10 years.
absolutely. Especially in like the digital marketing space, right?
I can see that.
Like, imagine like having it's incredibly rich to have a prompting database that you could go and say, listen, I need to do like realistic product descriptions and add this and other without thinking every single time for different product type suites. Have a paragraph of a very specific description for prompting.
Yeah, because if you do that through Midjourney, like, you can get very specific. You can even say, shoot it with this type of camera and this kind of lens, and create it with this look and feel, with this lighting.
Background, lighting, zoom, all of that. I was just thinking now, actually, so there's one more thing that's really, really cool is, and I know that we use a service that does all our automated WhatsApping and abandoned cart. We could throw that into the AI kind of stable as well, because it knows who you are. It knows what you want. It automates on your behalf. And it can do really, really funky things. And that saved us a lot of time to your traditional WhatsApp bot, where you'd go look at all your abandoned carts and click send. This thing does it while you're sleeping.
Yeah.
And it will also report back to you the next day how many carts it saved and how many it's sent out messages to.
Then, I mean, just as digital marketing as a whole, if you think of Meta ads, Google ads, how much it's starting to depend on AI as well. There's a lot of tools out there that you can use. Some of them work, some of them don't. And at the end of the day, the algorithms are leaning. I mean, we can get the AI conversation can get very, very deep. So to keep it short and sweet, from what I'm hearing you say is basically customer support, copy product descriptions and stuff like that, as well as imagery and photography, and then upsells, cross-sells, and marketing. Yeah, very cool. Next question. Let's move on. As a small online business, how can I compete with the big guys in attracting and keeping customers?
Yeah, I mean, remember, the small guys are just as important as the big guys.
To the algorithm when it comes to paid channels. That's what I've seen.
Yeah. But, I mean, keeping customers is... Customer loyalty has got to do with how you treat your customer. It's how you send them their packages and how you courier in the time that you promised your customers, and customer support. Everybody wants to feel loved.
That's true. Why are you laughing? Don't you get no love?
No love, eh? No, I mean, so when I jump on an online store, right, like, you want to know the tracking journey of your product. You want to know exactly where it is, when it's going to be sent, You want to feel the love. And I think information is key.
In what sense?
Information is key.
In what sense?
In the sense that you keep your customers up to date.
You're saying
communicate.
Provide a great service.
Yeah, provide a great service. But I mean, I'm talking more like customer support and information. So log into your customer account and
see where your order is at.
Exactly.
The other thing is, and I think in context of the question, a lot of people ask that question from a marketing point of view, and they go, how can I compete with big guys spending huge amount of money? But what we've seen, I mean, we've built businesses that started on zero.
Yeah.
And we still do that, for clients and whatnot. So it's not so much whether you're big or small, or whether you're spending a lot or not, or are spending a lot or not. But it's more about how you're resonating with that audience from a marketing point of view, because the algorithm is not favoring big budgets. It's favoring context and the value for the actual user of the app versus how much money does a big business have to spend. And it sounds made up if you think about it, because we would assume that bigger companies would get favor from the algorithm, but it's really not the case. The more you spend, and actually the less your ROAS starts to get, because you're also forcing those ads into people's feeds. So I think smaller companies are actually at an advantage when it comes to the algorithm. The problem is there's just a ton of competition. So it's not that there's one or two big players. It's that
space.
Exactly. the feed is running out of space. So you just have to get very clever about how you're resonating with your audience, and then you will do fine, whether you're advertising on a 5 or a 10 grand budget. In theory, spending 5 grand and you get a 2x ROAS, you're going to get 10 grand back. So it's not life-changing money.
Sure.
But at the same time, the more profitable you can make that, the more you can scale. I mean, we did that. We spent 10,000 Rand in our first month last year, May, for one of our own companies. And this month we're spending 750,000 Rand.
Yeah.
13 months later.
And if you think about that in the bigger scheme of things, like for a really large business, that's small to them.
Yeah.
But we're seeing the significant growth in our business, and everything is like baby steps, right? So, 750 this month, maybe 850 next month, and 1 million in 3 months' time. But yeah, it's all about audience, right? It's all about curating this show to your audience that attracts them into your store.
Cool. Next question. Are you ready? Does social media actually boost e-commerce sales, and how can I tell if it's really working for me or not?
I think that's more of your expertise.
Yeah, but I mean, we've built a 3 million Rand a month business on the back of social media. So there's definitely proof that it works.
Yeah. So we occupy space on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook,
Google.
And then WhatsApp as well. The key over there is to be creative. So from an advertising perspective, be creative. And then from a support perspective and from a communication perspective, be seen or heard.
Yeah, it's all about grabbing attention. And I think a lot of people jump on social media making very crappy content, and the messages don't resonate with the audience because they've not been taught the skill on how to do it correctly, or they don't have the resources to help them do it correctly. And therefore they feel like they're wasting their money. And in all fairness, they are. The problem is they then end up blaming the platform. And it's not really the platform's fault. The platform is just executing on the prompts that you've gave it, if you think about it. So, I mean, we've worked...
I suppose, and without taking that thought away from you, if you put out shit, you're going to attract flies, right?
Yeah, well, that's exactly it. And I think, we've worked with 300, 400 companies now since we started the agency side. So there's definitely proof that social media works. The question is, should you do organic or paid? That's always a debate.
Big debate, yeah.
And we haven't really made a single Instagram post up until 2 months ago. And it just proves that you don't have to focus on organic if you can do paid, and you don't have to do paid if you can do organic really well. But if you can do both, that's usually when you win.
Let's talk about the differences between paid and organic, and maybe you need to kind of elaborate over here. They both a lot of effort, be it organic and be it paid, right? Yeah, there's no easy way out.
I think it depends on the skill that you have. So for someone who is naturally creative, it's almost like the organic side won't seem like that much work, and they can generate some sales from it. So paid ads might be a headache for them. And then you get people like myself, who's a paid ad geek. I'm a lazy marketer.
You know the algorithm.
Yeah, this is, I call myself a lazy marketer because I'd rather just run ads as opposed to sitting here and shoot a podcast with Jason. But I have to. Yeah. No, I'm joking. So it's understanding that the organic side, both of them, and the paid side, both is very powerful, obviously. There are brands who've done millions of sales just through organic content. But it's understanding the skill behind it. And the question is, do you have the resources and the skills to do both? And if not, if you're the person doing it, which side do you lean to? Are you someone who's more technically driven, who can focus on the paid side of things? Because there's a creative element and a technical component from an optimization standpoint, understanding the algorithm and whatnot. And from an organic side, sure, you also need to understand how the algorithm works, but that's more of a creative thing.
Yeah.
But if you understand how the organic algorithm works, it makes you automatically better with paid ads, because essentially organic is so much more competitive because everybody posts on a daily basis. But not every single business is running ads. So in theory, I think it's harder to grow organically because, you're competing with so much content, where paid ads, if you spend $100, the algorithm has to run
for $100.
For $100.
And $100 can go in like 2 seconds, or it can take time, right?
Exactly. So, I mean, in my opinion, I think I used to believe only in paid ads only, but I think both is really crucial if you really want to build a sustainable business over time.
Yeah. There's one more thing, is double dipping, right?
In terms
Which is organic and paid together when you talk about UGC content.
exactly.
So that's like organic, where you are maybe partnering or hiring somebody to do user-generated content for you, but then you're also getting back some significant traffic.
Yeah, I mean, so what we're doing is we're creating a lot of user-generated content. We post that organically, see what works, and then run that as ads.
Yeah.
Because the organic views in itself will be an indication of what people are responding to. And if that's working organically, you just put more money behind it. And essentially that should help you lower the actual CPA when it comes to running ads. Question number, I don't know how many this is now. 3? No, it must be 4. How can I make sense of all the data from my e-commerce site to make better decisions without getting overwhelmed?
I love this question. And you do too.
Yeah, we both do, I suppose.
So we use a specific app on our store. Not sure if we can say names.
Go for it.
Be Profit. And this is literally your God, right?
Yeah.
It's my God when it comes to tracking and tracing expenses, revenues, which are the most popular sold products that I know I can push for the next month, etc., etc. But on the flip side, it is important in your life as well when it comes to advertising. It's almost like a safety net.
It is the oxygen of advertising for me. Like
Safety
literally.
net.
Like for me, it's we're tracking how every single campaign and ad does in terms of profitability. And I can literally see how yesterday's net profit is affected based on a specific offer that we ran or concept that we explored.
And how to tweak your ads and budget.
I mean, we had a situation when we launched a store 3 weeks ago, and after like 2.5 weeks, I was like, this is not going to be profitable if we keep doing it this way. So we're going to have to change a few things.
But you're making like minus 2,000 Rand a day.
Yeah, exactly. So we're like, okay, cool. We're going to have to change the pricing a little bit and change the offer a little bit. And we did. And funny enough, it's improved. Yeah. So there's so many people who would wait 30, 60, 90 days before they make that decision, because that's when the accountant would come back and realize, hey, you've been losing money.
Yeah, exactly. Like at the end of the month, I wonder why that's not working.
Yeah, my bank account doesn't feel like it's growing.
Yeah, exactly.
Even though I've got a 2x ROAS.
Replenishing it.
Yeah. And that's the problem about ROAS and profitability, is because you might have a 2x ROAS starting out on the account and everybody goes, yeah, we've got a 2x ROAS. It's a good start. But the reality is we're losing $2,000 a day, which is not ideal.
And also, I also think that a lot of online stores don't track everything, where this Be Profit does for you.
100%.
So like we put all our staff costs in there, salaries, bonuses, purchasing machinery, advertising, product costs, additional product costs. People don't think about that. They almost treat the store as the store and staff costs on the side.
Exactly.
They don't see the holistic view of that.
And they've got an accountant trying to make sense of the marketing budget versus what they've made back. And it's like, he doesn't have the context to the ROAS side of things. So he'll be like, hey, you're wasting money on marketing because your business is running backwards. So rather don't do that. So it's really understanding, like, you need that coordinator, that quarterback almost. And I think that's what Be Profit allows you to be, is that quarterback. You can literally analyze every single play and calculate which one is going to be the best.
Well, I mean, exactly that, right? I mean, we launched a very, very strategic product about 6 months ago, and we were like, let's see what it does. And we were very quickly able to go, oh, we've just made ourselves like 16,000 Rand in the first month on this product. And then 23,000 Rand all the way up to like 45,000 Rand in like month 3 and 4. And you would never really take that view on something so small, just going, oh, yeah, but this is what it does, to the actual bigger picture and go, this product is actually making us dollars.
And how much more can we squeeze out of it?
Yeah, correct.
Love it. Cool. Squeeze. Right. I think that was it. First episode done.
Yeah.
I had fun.
Yeah, me too.
More questions. Please drop a comment question in the comment question section.
Yeah.
And then, email us, send us a per pigeon, BBM, mix it us. Send me a mix it, and then we'll hook you up on the next show. Cool.
Cool.
What's up?